Hello everyone, this is TheHunter DD33, and today the BOBCAT just came out to the Hunter, and we're out here on Loggers Point trying to locate our first BOBCAT. We have our AR-223 rifle with us, and we also just got the electric Fox Pro collar over here, and you can just barely hear it in the background. We have it set up right over here, kind of on the edge of this hill. Now, as far as where we're hunting, we're actually hunting out in this open spot, and it's pretty dark out. So we're over here, and we got a stand set up. It's pretty dark. I would imagine the bobcats would mostly move early in the morning and towards the dusk at night. So we do have our collar set up. We also have a pretty big high rack buck coming in here, and we might have to take a shot on him here too. It's a pretty good solid buck. Looks like a 150s, 160s high rack. He just came walking in this way, and we put out a call just to see what it was, and sure enough, it is a pretty decent buck. But that's not the priority of this hunt. We are going to be watching for bobcats, and supposedly they're very difficult to see. Actually, I know they are. I did see one in real life. I was actually calling for some coyotes, and what happened was I kind of dozed off for maybe like 2 minutes or something, and when I opened my eyes, there was a big bobcat standing about 10 yards away from me, and by the time I pulled out my 17, it bolted. It was just gone. So that's how fast they come in, and that's how fast they disappear, just like that. So you never know where they're gonna come from, or if they're actually gonna come in. A lot of times you'll sit there and you won't see anything for hours, even days. And you could go a whole year without seeing one. If you called every single night, you still might not even see one. So you really have to have a really good spot or get really lucky. Alright, well, this buck here is pretty tempting, and I don't see any bobcats coming in at the moment. Like I said, we are in a pretty awesome spot. I would imagine bobcats should come out here. A lot of coyotes are around here as well. So we will take out this buck with the Cammo Pulsar. That'll work right there. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Somehow I keep missing the vitals on that angle of a shot. Definitely hit him pretty good, but yeah, he didn't go down. That should be lung blood. I don't see how it isn't. Yeah, I think it is lung blood. Alright, so that will help a little bit. And we're going to mark sort of the direction that that buck ran off to. Somewhere over there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to head over to that direction, and we'll set out the collar and see if we can't call ourselves in a bobcat. Now the cool part is you can actually control the bobcat collar, actually the electronic Fox Pro collar, from right here. All you have to do is push B, and you can turn it on or off from right here. So now we just stopped it. So I hope no more bobcats are coming. And if we want to turn it back on, these bobcats are going to be so hard to see, so we got to be careful. All you have to do is push B, move your arrow to the left, and it turns right back on. So we really need to find the collar. It might have just been a little bit more in this direction. I know the collar didn't just disappear. It was definitely here. If we push B, can we see it? No. Alright, well, that could be a problem. There it is. Alright, so we found it. This thing is pretty hard to see. Take a look at it. It definitely looks pretty cool. And how we have it set out is the speakers are actually out going this way. So anything from far away you should be able to hear it. And I think there's actually speakers on the back too. So they actually go out this way too. So if anything was close, we could just call them in as well. But now we just push B, dismantle, and we picked it up. Alright, so let's go track down our buck, and then let's head to the next spot. Alright, so we found our buck. It looks like he actually went down on top of this rock, which is pretty cool. I don't think I've really had that happen too many times, especially right on the rock. So it'll make a really cool trophy shot. So let's pick him up, and it looked like we might have shot a little bit high. We caught right lung and neck, so we shot a little bit high. 161 high rack buck. That is definitely a pretty solid buck. You never want to pass up something like that. And he's in a really cool spot to take a nice picture. So we'll take a trophy shot of him. And let's keep hunting. Alright, we just reached the second location. Now I think this spot has a really good chance to have some bobcat, because we can actually call all the way to the river on one side, and we can call from the thick woods on the other side. That was interesting. A deer just took off way over there. There's no way they spook from us. I wonder if a bobcat could spook them potentially, because there's no way we spook them while being crouched like 150 meters away. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down here on this little opening. We're gonna put out our collar, and then we'll get back up on the hill and see if we can't spot a bobcat. Alright, I think this is a good spot here to put out our collar, and then we can get way over here up on this hill, and we should be able to see from quite a ways away if there's any bobcats. Now I'm not sure what the distance is as far as how far you can actually turn on the collar. I would imagine it's probably like 150, maybe 200 meters out. We'll see. Over here we're gonna have about a 100-meter shot. 58. Yeah, 80 to 100 meters. And we're gonna see if we can't turn the collar on. Alright, so we got our collar down there at about 80 meters out exactly, and it doesn't look like we can turn our collar on. So 80 meters is a little bit too far. Maybe it's got to be about 50 meters. There we go. Alright, so I figured out what the distance is. It's 40 meters. Once you're 40 meters or further, you can't actually access it. You have to be less than 40 meters away from it, then you can turn it on. Alright, so we just turned it on. But once you turn it on, you can definitely back up another 40 meters and you'll be just fine. Well, we called something in, but it doesn't look like a bobcat. It is a tiny fork-horn buck. Actually, it's a 6-point. Very tiny. Oh my god, you guys, we got a bobcat coming in, right there. This is so cool. We're getting out the AR-223, and we're gonna take a shot. Drilled him. Now, I don't know if he's gonna go down or not, but we definitely got our first bobcat hit. That was so cool. So he was right there. He probably would have came a little closer, but there's also a good chance, he was about 150 out, there's a really good chance that he could have came up on this hill and stopped right here and kind of hung back around, and we never would have seen him again. He might have came up over the hill and went to the collar, but you never know. And a lot of times when you're predator calling and you actually have visual on a predator, you gotta take the shot. And that's what we did. I think we hit him somewhere in the neck, and the AR-223 definitely has some pretty good power. So I'm hoping that we got ourselves our first bobcat. That was pretty cool. That was really cool, actually. Just barely caught a glimpse of him slowly coming up over that hill, and we pulled out the AR-223 at the last second. He was quite a ways out there, and I had a feeling we were in a pretty good location. We got blood right here. Alright, so we do have blood, and we do have a bobcat hit. That's an old track there. We have some more blood here. And we have our first bobcat down right here. That was so cool. Literally, that was amazing. And he didn't go 20-30 meters away after we hit him with the AR-223. So pretty awesome. Let's pick up our first bobcat. And it was a female. We hit her at 154.1 meters in the head. with the AR-223, so pretty far shot. And let's take a look at our first bobcat. Definitely a pretty cool picture. She actually ended up in a perfect spot here because she's right out in the wide open. A nice little patch. And let's pick her up. I have no clue how you would pose a bobcat. I really have no clue. I know my brother has one mounted in his house, and it is a full body mount, so I guess just like that. That should work. That is pretty cool right there. That is definitely pretty cool. Let's go with that. Alright, and yeah, we're gonna get our first bobcat mounted because it's a pretty cool moment. It happened so fast. I don't remember what we were doing. We were kind of just sitting there talking about something and looking at that little buck over there, basically saying how small he was, and next thing you know, out of the corner of my eye, I catch a small little brown spot moving very slowly across the hill, and sure enough, it was a bobcat. Alright guys, so what happened is we decided to move over to this tent. That was a pig. Right here is where we just took that bobcat, and we decided to move over to this location here because I know this is really thick woods and there should be some bobcat here. We were actually going to head over along this woods line here and head towards these ponds, but we just kicked up a bobcat and he ran this way. It almost looked like a rabbit when it took off, but we came over here and you can see the tracks, so it's definitely a bobcat. Alright, so what we're going to do, I think, is basically kind of spot and stalk this. Because we did see him spook this direction here. We're probably going to be able to catch a glimpse of him out in this open field. If we're lucky, we might get a shot. Alright, so here's two sets of tracks right here. And one of these should be fleeing. He is headed right out to this big tower stand out here. So now we just got to keep an eye out and watch out way up ahead for a bobcat. See, what's interesting is I don't have any fleeing tracks. I have some pretty fresh tracks, roaming tracks, but I don't have any fleeing tracks, and I definitely saw a bobcat fleeing. So unless there was two of them, which there easily could have been two of them, and I only saw one of them, I'm not sure what's going on. So I would imagine there might be actually two bobcats here. Well, I think what we're going to do is try and get on top of this hill up here. See if we can't get on this rock. And maybe we'll be able to spot him out here kind of roaming around. That would be kind of cool if we could see him somewhere. But we do have tracks headed this direction, so he shouldn't be too far away. Alright, yeah, I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to put the collar up right here. Because the bobcat should have went somewhere this direction. And we can actually turn the collar on when we're like 20 or 30 meters away from it, giving us plenty of time to be able to get into the tower stand without the bobcat actually seeing us. Now I know I saw it run this way, but like I said, I don't have any fleeing tracks anywhere. That's probably not a good thing. So let's turn this on and see if we can't get this bobcat to pop out into the open. Alright, well here comes the buck that we called from before. He doesn't seem to be spooked at all. And there's a doe coming there. So if neither of those are spooked, the bobcat shouldn't be spooked either. Got a feral hog right here. We can see really good here too. A coyote. We got a coyote over here. I wonder if that coyote's coming into the call. I have no clue. We're not really coyote hunting, but we are predator hunting. So here's the coyote here. We never put out a coyote call, or we never use the predator call. We only use the electronic caller, which is right there. So it almost seems like he's coming to the call. No way, no way, look at this, look at this. You gotta be kidding me. Look at how cool this is. This thing snuck in all the way, all by itself, and this one's actually like a light colored bobcat. It's not even like a dark colored one. Thought I just saw something over there. But this bobcat is right here, and how cool is that? Look at it sneak in. Wow. Alright, well we do have the Cammo Pulsar, and since it's coming right to us, I don't see why we wouldn't try and use the Cammo Pulsar and get our first bobcat with a bow. Look at, there's a coyote over there. We might actually get lucky enough to take out that coyote as well. We're going to crouch down a little bit and get closer. Now this bobcat here is at about 25 meters out. Dropped her! Perfect shot! That was so cool. Alright, here comes the other buck. Now I'm not sure if there's any more bobcats in the area, but that coyote was still not too far away. I don't see that coyote anymore. I do believe that this... Oh, look at... The coyote's right on the collar. He's right on the collar. Not a bad male. Decent shot. We put him down. It wasn't the greatest shot. I think we spine shot him actually. But we just got another bobcat and a coyote. And we got our first one with the Cammo Pulsar. That was really cool. This bobcat came in, had no clue it was even coming in. And this is actually the one that we were tracking, I believe. So I'm not sure where we even hit it. It looks like we might have neck shot it or something. Let's pick it up. Heart shot. So we got a 29.4 meter left lung heart shot. Perfect shot on this female bobcat with the Cammo Pulsar. So pretty cool to be able to heart shot a bobcat. And we got our first bobcat kill with the Cammo Pulsar. Awesome shot. And yeah, of course we have to get it mounted because we took it out with the Cammo Pulsar. First bobcat kill with a bow. This one was a little bit smaller, but we'll figure out which one it actually was, and we will get it mounted and go put it in our trophy lodge. Now we're going to go over here and go take a look at this coyote that we just got. I do believe he came into the collar. I really do. So if you don't have the predator call, I would definitely recommend getting this electric collar because it calls in all predators as it seems. I would imagine it would probably even call in wolves as well. Because as you can see, the collar is still going on, and this coyote was literally 5 feet away from this collar. So let's pick him up and see what he scores. Actually, the shot wasn't as bad as I thought. We have some lung blood there, so let's pick him up. We got shoulder blade and left lung at 86 meters. He scores 45.2. Not a bad sized coyote, but more importantly, we had a really fun time hunting the bobcat. So let's go head over to the trophy lodge. Well, first we got to turn this thing off. Alright, so we turned it off. And let's dismantle it. Now let's go head over to the trophy lodge. Alright guys, so here we are back at the trophy lodge, and as you can see, they actually added 2 more slots for the medium platform animals. So there only was 1 here before. Now there's actually another one and another one. So there's 2 more. You can put a wolf here and a bobcat, or you could put like 2 bobcats or even a fox. It's really cool that they did this. So anyways, we put our bobcat up over here, and it's actually a gray bobcat. I didn't realize it. Well, I knew it was a different color from before. But let's take a look and see where our bobcat, it should be. Where did they put it? Oh, there it is down there. Look how cool this is. Okay, so you can see it's a gray bobcat and it scored 6.4. This is the one that we actually got. Wow. This is the one that we actually got with the Cammo Pulsar. And this is the first one that we shot with a bow. So this is really cool. It's a gray. I'm not sure how rare they actually are. I would imagine it's kind of like a gray fox, which are not the most common. But either way, that was a pretty fun hunt. And I think that's going to be the end of this video. So hopefully you guys get out there and enjoy hunting these bobcats. It's really a lot of fun. So I think that's going to be the end of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.